Hi, my name is Cass, and I don't have Lee with me today, although we are still in the same state, and we will be for a couple more months, luckily. But today, I wanted to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, a book review. Specifically, this series, which is 3 books, all by Jessica, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, Khoury? It's spelled like that. And this series is one of those series where the main characters of each book aren't the same main characters all of the other books, but the villain is the same villain in all of these books. They're a man versus not government, but like man versus man, but the enemy is like a corporation. I can't remember what that's called right now, but the first book is called Origin, and it's about this girl, Pia. She was born into a scientific community, and her whole life has been experimentations. None against her will, of course, but I mean, I can't imagine like anyone being happy being a human lab rat, you know? So of course, as one does, she breaks out and meets this boy. They have a secret relationship for a very long time, a few months, at least a year, I think, and they end up conspiring breaking Pia out, which of course doesn't go to plan, but in the end, I mean, you'll have to read to see what happens, but most books end with a good ending, if you know what I mean. I did want to say that this was a very good book because I really like human experimentation. Fictional, of course. I would never, put someone under that kind of discomfort. That's weird, but for me, it's very enjoyable to read about. So, on to the next book, called Vitro. It's about this boy who this girl, Sophie, convinced to fly her out to this island where her mother was, that she went without her father's permission. The boy didn't want to, but of course he does because it's a pretty girl. And what ends up happening is they get trapped on the island. Is she finds out information that her mother never wanted her to know, which of course you'll have to read to find out, because I don't want to spoil anything. But overall, this is a very good book as well. I love Jessica's writing style, and these stories are just very good in my opinion. So I would say Origin is a 9 out of 10, and Vitro is an 8 out of 10. And then we have Kalahari. This is my favorite out of the whole series, so straight off the bat, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's about this group of people, never been in the African wilderness before. They get trapped with people, what are they called? And of course, it's all reviews on the back, so I can't refresh my memory because I read this a very long time ago. But these guides, they get trapped out there with these guides, and they find stuff they're not supposed to find. Of course, it was made by the same villain who is the bad guy in this one and in Origin. And so they get trapped out there with these superhuman African animals, lions, bees. I think there's some other animals in there, but I don't remember at this point. And it's like a disease. And so they get trapped, and they have to like try and find a way out before they get infected with this like disease that makes them super strong and like this horrible thirst for life or whatever. But overall, again, very good book. Very action-packed, I feel like. All of these books, they picked up pretty quickly. They're not a slow burn or anything like that. and I will have to say, in case you don't like it, like any romance, like I don't want to read a book that's just based off of romance. These do have like little like Sophie and this one, the two main characters, Sophie and Jim, like they do end up like liking each other, like insinuating that there's going to be a relationship happening or something like that. I'm okay with it as long as it's not the main focus. Of course, for like this one, it was like trying to like find a way to get off the island and all of that sort of stuff, because Jim's plane was sabotaged and all of that, which was really fun to read in my opinion. Like getting trapped on an island with no way off. All of these also have like survival like undertones, like especially this one because they're trapped out in the African desert. You know, like you're gonna need to survive because like there's not a lot out there in terms of water and food and all of that. And then Vitro is like on an island, and Origin is in the Amazon forest. So all have like little survival undertones. Main genre is sci-fi. It's not like based in like the future, I don't feel like, but it's definitely like has a lot of scientific undertones, and because like it's all like genetically messing with DNA, like in Kalahari, like that's why the disease came to foot, and Origin, that's what they were trying to figure out about Pia, because she was a test tube baby, basically. But I would highly recommend all of these books, and thank you for listening. So, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if the need so pleases you, and I'll see you next time.